Hello and welcome to week 2. I trust you are enjoying your Labor Day weekend and hopefully getting a chance to relax and spend time with your family as well as looking over some material for your course. So let's take a look. I've clicked on week 2 on the left-hand column, and the first thing we have is a to-do list. So let's take a look at that. Of course, you have your required reading in our text, chapter 2. And you also have your first assignment due, which is a reflection on an ethical issue in reading. And we'll take a look at that again in a little bit. We're also going to be looking at response to intervention, assessment, interpretation, teaching strategies, and intervention strategies. I'm going to ask that you take the time to view the PowerPoint, which is attached here. Now, this PowerPoint was created in 2007. However, the material is still very accurate and up to date and meaningful, and will provide you with an excellent overview. I've also given you several websites to take a look at, as well as several short videos this week. So let's begin by looking at the notes for week 2. And these notes are meant to provide you with something to think about while you are doing your reading for the week. What are the components and characteristics of Tier 1 reading instruction? How does the teacher group students for this instruction? How can you establish a routine? What is the purpose of Tier 2 instruction? And how can we provide independent practice during this instruction? How can a teacher train students to use literacy centers effectively? And finally, what is the purpose of Tier 3 instruction, as well as comparing this to systematic instruction? The websites that I would like you to explore are this one called Intervention Central, and it is a response to intervention RTI resources. This provides you with free resources to help learners who are struggling and to implement response to intervention while still adhering to the Common Core state standards. So we've got checklists for behavior, we've got strategies for language, we've got ideas for reducing instructional downtime, and you can see there are many more as well. On the right-hand side are some wonderful featured tools that you might find useful. So take a look at what appeals to you there, and you'll see that I'm sure there are things that you might want to make note of. The next site for response to intervention is the RTI network, and this is a National Center for Learning Disabilities has created this site. And again, you've got lots of wonderful things here. And you can, to get started, you can look at the different areas and see what are the components. This is what we've said to think about: tiered instruction, ongoing assessment. How can you continue learning on this? How can you get started? And again, this answer to the simple questions: what is it? And so forth. We also then have some videos. There's a short one on exploring the response to intervention, another short RTI video, and a short video on the tiered approach to instructing all students. So while there seems to be a lot, this shouldn't take you all that long to review. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that you are posting to the discussion board. By now, You should have posted your introduction and start working on week 2 by answering these questions. And of course, you can research to get a good answer. Why is the zone of proximal development important to assess a child's frontier of learning? And how does a gradual release of responsibility lead to independent practice? Now, if you've had any personal experience in your classroom or you're teaching with either of these, be sure to include that as well. Remember, you're posting your original post and you're responding to someone else. Then let's go to our assignment area. And here, let's take a look one more time at assignment 1, which is due on the 7th of September. Remember, you have several parts to this assignment, and in the PowerPoint I sent you, you have the links for each of these. Now, if you're not living in Florida, you're going to find your state's code of ethics to use. You're going to read and summarize the code of ethics of instruction in thinking about diverse learners for these 4. Then you're going to summarize the pros and cons of ability grouping, referring back to the code of ethics. You'll develop a plan of action and tell how you would organize that. Finally, you'll identify and reference 2 professional resources on ethics. I will attach the PowerPoint to this assignment for you again in case you misplaced it or didn't save it. So that is what you need to concentrate on for this week. Please let me know if you have any questions. And I will be keeping in touch with you via email, via announcements, and you can contact me in any way you wish. Take care, have a wonderful weekend and a very wonderful week.